In this episode of Detroit Performs, a group shares their passion for tap dancing with the public. We take a look at the explosive dance scene in Detroit. A dancer promotes good health for the next generation. And ballroom dancing where you wouldn't expect. It's all ahead on this edition of Detroit Performs.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Detroit Performs. I'm your host, DJ Oliver, and I'm at the Music Hall Center for the Performing Arts. I'm ready to get down and move tonight, so we have crammed tonight's show with enough dancing to get you up out of your seat. So let's kick things off with a group of tappers who keep the beat with their feet. Here are Kelsey Rose Young and Catherine Green with the Detroit Tap Repertory.
If you can walk, you can tap dance. That's our motto. The Detroit Tap Repertory is pretty much just a safe place for all tap dancers from all over Michigan and Ohio, anyone around who loves tap, and we get together and we perform at different venues and we rehearse and jam together. When I was about 9 years old, I went to my first tap festival, and that's where I met Denise Caston, the founder of the Detroit Tap Repertory, and I joined the company, and then I took over the company about 3 years ago.
Kelsey as a director is definitely interesting. She's an amazing teacher, I have to give her that, but she's so funny. She's definitely one of a kind also. I've never met another person like her, not even remotely. You can see that, she loves this a lot and that she's so willing to teach everyone. She's great. She's taught so many people, and I've seen who she's taught and I've seen how they've improved so much before they came into DTR.
We have a ton of kids that have come in and they might not have been the best tap dancers, but we could just see the passion behind them. When I first took over the company, there was about 10 members, and now we're up to 60 because we have added more ages and more levels. But we have had a ton of kids that have come in, and they have grown so much with just being a part of, our DTR family and being a part of the tap world.
DTR is definitely one of those places where everyone is there just to express themselves and be themselves, and it's not a judgment zone or anything. It's really just focusing on everyone getting better.
Catherine Green is one of my success stories. We danced together actually here at the dance studio in Canton, and she was really shy. She didn't really talk that much, but her mom, she came up to me one day and was like, I would like you to start doing privates with my daughter. She loves to tap.
Kelsey helped me to come out of my shell she pushed me so hard. Every time we had privates or anything, she would push me, and she knew that I could do so much more than what I was giving her, and she completely brought it out of me. And so not only with just my tap skills, but also with confidence.
I had her come to the Detroit Tap Repertory rehearsals, and every week she would cry getting out of the car because she was so scared. So that took a lot to get her to actually go inside and start learning. But the more she started getting more comfortable around us, and the more she started learning from me doing privates and from doing classes, and she really came out of her shell.
It's always nice to have one person that's on your team, and even though it may not seem like it, they're rooting for you, they're pushing for you to get better, and they really believe in you. So it's definitely something that everyone needs to have. It was also boosting my confidence and talking to people, because once I got comfortable with talking to her, I got more comfortable with talking to a lot of people too. The unique thing about Detroit Tap Repertory is that it's just a bunch of people coming together to, share their knowledge of tap, share their love for tap, and it's a no pressure type of thing.
It's really an outlet for everyone to, get to know their own personal style and their own personalization with the art form. We do have auditions, and then we have 4 or 5 different companies. We have all ages. We try to keep it intermediate to advanced, but when we can see potential on how much they love tap, then we know that they'll be able to grow.
I always really liked rhythms and stuff like that. Like when I was little, I always wanted to be like a drummer. I always told my mom I want to do like drum lessons or something. And so rhythm has always been one of those things that I really like. And once I started learning more and more ways to do things, like certain steps and everything in tap, I thought it was just so cool that my feet were able to do this, and it was just mind-blowing.
With tap, you can dance to any type of music, any genre, anything you want, anything that you're feeling that day.
The thing that I love the most is that I'm able to relate to a song just with my tap dancing, and I think that's one of the coolest things. I express all of my emotions. I express happiness, I express my off days when I'm not feeling so well, my mysterious side. The reason why Detroit needs something like Detroit Tap Repertory would be so that everyone can experience tap for themselves.
You can learn more about the Detroit Tap Repertory as well as all the artists we feature on DetroitPerforms.org. Dance on Detroit is a documentary film series you can see right here on Detroit Public Television. Here we see what's happening to move the Motor City and dance on Detroit.
Dance is as popular today, if not more popular, than it's ever been.
What we take around the world, we bring to Detroit. And Detroit is really a rich cultural hub that appears to be booming.
There's so much dance on so many levels. There's so many dance studios and different competitions and different venues that we're performing with.
You can come and you can make something. There's space here for people to work, and I think that the dancers that are here right now want to work and want to dance and make this a city where everybody is going to want to come here and start a career.
The audience sees all nationalities, all skin colors, all shapes and sizes. So every kid in the audience can see themselves on stage.
Some of the greatest dance makers and companies come from all over the world to perform on the great stages Detroit has to offer.
Full commitment. It's 7 days a week type commitment. I think that the dance evolves as you get older, but I don't think you ever stop dancing.
Whenever we hear music, it always makes you feel better. It makes you twitch your shoulders or wiggle your elbows or tap your feet, and it's just a wonderful feeling because dance goes with all kinds of music.
Dance represents life. It represents the birth, the rebirth. I dance because it feels like I'm flying, really.
I don't know exactly what it is, but there's a lot of uniqueness within the talent, which is what I find most interesting, that not only is there a lot of talent, but each individual is so themselves and so unique. It's not like a cookie cutter situation where, you know, everyone sort of looks the same.
The artistry you bring to your dance comes from within.
Dance is my life. I dance because it is my calling.
Whether that meant that we were connecting with children or with elderly or through higher education or through professional dancers, all of those veins we felt were equally as important.
Dance is the soul of life. To dance is to recognize that life is worth living.
Keep your eyes on DetroitPerforms.org for the next showing of Dance on Detroit. Live the Rhythm, a dance and fitness company, aims to promote healthy choices through specialized programs for young people. Live the Rhythm uses the artistic medium of dance to inspire and transform future generations. Take a look.
I love dance. To me, I've always felt like dancing was like breathing. I couldn't and wouldn't want to be without that. The way I became a dancer, how I got started originally was at the age of 3, my parents put me into a traveling company and troupe that also trained young dancers. And we started off with tap, ballet, jazz, African. From there, it led on to becoming part of studios, taking classes, hip hop, ballet mostly. I do all styles, so I'm cross-trained. Some doesn't necessarily come from formal training, but learning through experiences and taking on different styles as I grew.
First time being on a stage like that, right?
Yes. My education at USF shaped me more as a dancer for a couple of reasons and in a couple ways. In undergraduate, I studied psychology and minored in behavioral health. And then in graduate school, I went on to study public health and got a master's in that. Learning and understanding more about psychology and more about health was part of the influence and reasons that prompted me to study and try to understand more about how dance is utilized in everyday life and how the two are integrated together to impact everyday people and not just dancers. Live the Rhythm is a company that really involves 3 divisions. One is just the purely artistic dance and choreography. And then there's the second division, which is more so focused on program development. And that is a lot of where the health comes back into play. And we actually have programs in-house, like our Dance into Health. The third component of Live the Rhythm is the area that's focused on just health and wellness. So it's more about a way of life or a lifestyle and igniting that in people than just placing something over them, say come to a dance class. Dance into Health is in Hillsborough County because of the arts and education programming, which is funded by the Hillsborough Arts Council as well as Hillsborough County School District.
Through the adventure coordinator position, I do the after-school program, and we have different people come in the afternoon, like karate and different shows to do something different with the children because they work academically hard every day. So the Fine Arts Department of Hillsborough County brought her in to do her creative dance with our children.
That particular class is aimed towards kids ages 5 to 12, and it's a dance-based, fitness-driven program that promotes health and delivers health education. So they actually get a cardio, they get the strengthening and the flexibility through the movement, and then have a component that's interactive, hands-on, where they learned age-appropriate health education topics, and they're actually exposed to that over a period of time.
They're making the connection that if I eat healthy things, that my body is going to move better. She showed them different exercises through dance that they could do, that they could take with them.
Chugs are really, really small, remember? They're very small, so no big rocks, none of these.
I always make sure that whomever, whether it's their kids or adults, that they understand the different muscles. I mean, just moving in general, you don't have to be a professional dancer to get the benefits of dancing when you're using the muscles correctly, engaging the proper muscles.
What I saw is the love of dance, that she gave them experiences that they wanted more.
The reason why I like Ms. Colbert, the dance, is that she really teaches us. It's like fun, like really fun, that everybody should try dancing, like get off your feet or something.
I'm a member of Kuumba Dancers and Drummers, and the company itself was actually the first professional African dance company in Florida.
Kuumba Dancers and Drummers is a dance group that's based here in Tampa. We've been in existence since 1980, and our purpose is to promote and preserve and educate the community about our African ancestral heritage, and we do it through the performing arts, through music, dance, and literature. So our dances are primarily from West Africa, but we do dances of the diaspora as well.
And one of the things that I really, really enjoy about the classes and about dancing with them is that not only am I gaining more training and getting to perform in a variety of venues, but they're constantly educating us. They want us to understand, why do we do it? What do these dances mean? What type of garments are worn? Why are they worn? Where does this come from? The drumming. All of the different sounds of the drums and the rhythms, they really emphasize education just as much as performance.
It's a lot of work, a lot of dedication.
I think Burrell is a very good role model of dance, music, and fitness, and that each school district should experience what she has to offer.
And I could see Burrell, she's the next generation. I can see her continuing with the African dance form as well as other dance forms.
If I couldn't dance on stage, I would still dance every day. Even if it was in my room, I would still dance every day, because it just does so much for me as a person. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me just focused in and also very aware of my environment. And I love that feeling. I love being able to feel that way, so always, always, always dance.
Now let's check out some upcoming events happening in and around the D. To discover more events in Greater Detroit, visit ixity.com. Did you know there's ballroom dancing going on right here in Detroit? Well, there is. It's an urban ballroom. Check it out.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Greystone and Greystone's style of dancing
is referenced from the Greystone Ballroom, one of the most fabulous ballrooms in the nation. Early on, from Paradise Valley in Detroit, we had most of our businesses and nightclubs and everything, and African Americans grew up in Black Bottom. Greystone is a style of dancing referred to as a soulful ballet. The close embrace social dance is what the Greystone style is an extension of. And it's your close embrace, it's your ballroom style, and it's an African American dance, African American style of dance in a close embrace. It's your essence of ballroom, of closeness of two people moving as one, moving around, interpreting the music. It's a lot of impromptu, a lot of improvisation. Each individual has their own feel, but there is a certain style, and normally you can recognize it readily.
Yeah, because it's a wonderful thing. It makes you feel good all over.
This is my exercise class. I just don't have gym shoes on. That's all. I do this for exercise, for real.
This is Hip and Rosemary Louie, and they're from LA.
It keeps the wife happy, but the thing is, it's something that we can do together, and it's fun exercise.
We travel all over the world dancing together.
Oh yeah, this is the Disneyland, Disney World.
Disney World. It's
Disney
the
World.
World of dance. The best teachers in the country are here in Detroit, and they travel all around the country, giving lessons and going to events and having workshops. You can learn step here. We are known for ballroom, Greystone, bop, chop, and there's classes. Every night of the week, there's someone's class.
The natural tendency for the ladies, you guys are speeding up because you're trying to help us. You don't have to speed up. We're going to walk you through it. 1, 2, 3. Typically about 7 o'clock I start class, and I teach everybody for about 40 minutes. And then we break up into groups, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and then we have open dancing from 9 to 11.
Mr. Smooth. When I saw him, I asked him to come over and talk to us, tell us. He always has lots of stuff going on, mainly his weekly classes, and you have hundreds of people that show up at your classes, right?
Literally hundreds. 34 couples have met in our class and got married. We've been to 34 weddings. What else? We got a lot of stuff going on all across the United States. And then we teach in schools, we teach kids too, so.
Interpret now.
6 o'clock. Right there. Right. 12 o'clock. Boom.
You can dance every night of the week in the city of Detroit, and it is a safe, wonderful environment for the dance. It's a dance community. The dance community in Detroit has all different genres of dance. We listen to all different genres of music, and it is just absolutely, this is the center of it all, and it permeates throughout the country, but this is the heart of dance.
I've been teaching for at least eight years, and anyone can learn it. You know, we've been in schools, public school system. You know, we teach 4th, 5th graders. You know, and all the way up to seniors in high school. So the age range is like 7 or 8 to 87. But there's always some type of interpretation when that music turns on, you know. But to dance to it is probably the greatest interpretation of all, you know, when it comes to music, is to be able to dance to it. Because when you think about it, all around the world, every country, nation, have their own particular culture of dance. Why is that? Why is that? I mean, it's natural, you know? It's natural. It's like the universe has this rhythmic, you know, swing to it.
I always say I'm blessed to reach every age. So just this past week, I turned 63. And I'm just really blessed that I'm able to keep up with them. And so I want to continue that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I just love all the dancing tonight. That wraps it up for this edition of Detroit Performs. As always, for more arts and culture, head to DetroitPerforms.org, where you'll find featured videos, blogs, and information on upcoming arts events. Also, check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'd like to thank the Music Hall Center for the Performing Arts for having us out here today. This is such a magnificent place to abandon your worries and take in a great show. So, check out their lineup and head on down to Detroit for some fun at the historic Music Hall. Until next Tuesday, get out there and show the world how Detroit performs, y'all. I'm DJ Oliver. Thanks for watching, guys.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.